With the AI, there is a new surface which has emerged, which is called Internet of Agents. Productivity, the benefit to the society, benefit to the organization, keeping aside that, it is also becoming an equal landscape, threat landscape for the whole world. Now, the attackers are not sitting silent. They are continuously scaling their capabilities using all the AI tools available to them. So it's no longer a battle which is like human versus human. It's a battle where it's a human trained, aided by AI, versus another human trained by AI, or being aided by AI. So what does a defender do in this case when the AI hacker, the hackers which are using the AI and continuously turbocharging their skills to do all the cyber threats? It's very important for the organization not to treat AI as a novelty or just as a passing. It's a very much necessity now. So they have to develop the skills around their cybersecurity teams. They have to make sure that there is a continuous learning around that and imbibe AI as a culture in the organization to deal with that. Today, API business logic vulnerabilities are becoming a very tough challenge, and they are a growing concern, in fact. Traditionally, the APIs, the threats were more embedded, like using the SQL injections and cross scripting, etc. But today, the hackers using the API vulnerabilities, business logic vulnerabilities, are able to understand the entire business flow of the organization, and they actually target there. So this is something which needs to be dealt with, especially if you take segments where the digital experience is very, very data rich. APIs are the backbone of such applications. And if you take in business industries especially like banking, healthcare, or e-commerce, etc., where the user experiences and the data protection, the record protection is extremely critical. So the business logic attacks, which are now becoming something very, very unique and ignored until now, cannot be ignored going forward. So one has to take care of the API business logic vulnerabilities and address them. So Radware has invested heavily in the advanced AI engines to help understand the API business logic. So what we do is we can provide real-time detection of the API anomalies, understand the behavior, and detect and apply the mitigation towards the business logic attack. What is unique to us is that we are the only player as of now who can mitigate the business logic attacks without manual intervention by using these advanced AI engines. So web DDoS tsunami attacks, they actually came into being, I think, back 2022, I guess. And since then, they have matured, to a very high scale. Now, generally, web DDoS tsunami attacks use, application layer vectors, and now combined with a combination of AI tools, they are becoming very, very sophisticated attacks and almost impossible to detect and mitigate. So, also these web DDoS tsunami attacks are more or less state sponsors. These are like activism activities or terrorism activities. So they're very, very sophisticated. And to detect them, you need an equally, sophisticated solution to detect or mitigate them. So Radware Web DDoS solution is the only unique solution today prevalent which can actually detect and mitigate the web DDoS attacks, tsunami attacks, real time with no manual intervention. Again, I'm saying with no manual intervention. So these are the sophistications which Radware has developed. And I think when you go some of the customers which we have helped in this particular region, especially when they actually found this solution working on their networks, the kind of threats they were dealing with and almost impossible to detect and find a solution for them. When we stepped in and we delivered this solution, they were simply in awe of that. I think it's a real magic solution, the Radware Web DDoS mitigation. We are using all the advanced multi-vector, detection and AI capabilities to mitigate that. So to explain you more a bit in this kind of attack, what happens is the attacker is changing the attack vector real time. So you need a real capability in the detection and mitigation engine to detect that and mitigate that. That means as the vector is changing by the hacker, if he's using the AI tools to change the vector real time, the engine here should also be detecting that change real time and apply mitigation to that. So that's what Radware Web DDoS solution does. So first of all, I'm really excited. I think I see a huge improvement in the footfall here as compared to last year. This shows that the industry is back into action. And I also see most of the action and hunger and curiosity around AI. You see GITEX is also buzzed around AI. So, mapping this to the cybersecurity, landscape, what people are really looking at, some of the questions I've answered above, which is like, the business logic attacks prevention or web DDoS attack prevention, which is where we stand, unique. And this is the message we have been able to give. We are fortunate to be here. We could see that, that excitement, that energy in people asking solutions for this. What is that we can do? And when we were talking about our AI-based capabilities, how we were already into this much earlier than most of our competitors and how advanced we are, that we are today talking of something very unique to us, that we can actually deliver business logic solutions for the API, vulnerabilities or API attack prevention or the web DDoS tsunami attacks, which I just spoke about. I'm repeating again and again. These solutions are something which what we provide is they don't require any manual intervention. These are not, traditional mitigation solutions. So we are detecting real time, we are mitigating real time and delivering a solution which probably most of the people are hungry about today. So it's really exciting time.